Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
And I'm Dan.
And this is a park bench. And before we introduce Dan, we had to move because of scouts.
Yes, which, given the citation needed episode that just went up, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I can't remember it. I haven't seen it since we did it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Anyway, Dan.
This is Dan.
Hello.
Dan is Dan. What are you, Dan?
Oh, God. What do you mean?
How would you describe yourself?
Male, 30, London.
No, we did not ask for a dating profile. Firstly, he's taken. And secondly...
Oh, I thought you meant ASL.
It's either that or you're getting described as a creative technologist. So what?
No. I run a design studio.
He runs a design studio.
And he's also a friend.
Yes. And an expert on shipping containers, which we'll get to at some other point.
But today... he was going to go into an interview form.
Sorry, was that a sentence? That was just some sounds out of your...
What's the difference?
Impression? Are you
And
saying
no comment.
words is just sound?
Carry on.
Okay, we're going to go into a more interview format today because I'm going to ask them questions about a thing I wasn't involved in.
If you could actually decipher what that was, good for you.
I'll just carry on. Advent Locker is a
Advent
thing
Locker.
you two did a few years ago.
Yes.
What?
I think this was originally your idea.
Yeah.
I think you tweeted... Because your Twitter account is essentially just a jack into your skull that you dump ideas onto.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, you came up with the idea of the race to an Amazon locker. That was definitely you.
Yes. It was like back when Amazon introduced Amazon lockers.
Yeah, which for the folks who aren't in that area...
Amazon lockers are big lockers, like it's just a locker.
Yeah.
Yay, big lockers, or in various sizes that they can deliver their packages to, and they have a computer that unlocks them, so they send you an email when it gets there, you go there, type in your code, and you get your package. It works better than the postal system.
Yeah, it's good if you not home during the day to get parcels. You
Yeah.
can just pick them up. It's nice.
And you came up with the idea of doing a race to one of those. And I actually did that just, I think it was in the middle of summer, something like that, out of nowhere. And this must be several years, this must be a year or something.
This is quite a while ago.
Quite
this
a while
was
ago.
2013 or something.
Yeah,
I did one,
Yeah,
but didn't really publicise it.
Yes.
And you did one with Dramatic.
Yeah, I did one. I did one with drama.
Yes.
Because I published the code and I published there was a prize, and 2 or 3 people started running for it from bits over the city. It was, of course, Rick Astley's greatest hits.
And this works as a contest because you can just tell someone what the code is to unlock the locker.
Yeah.
You're not meant to. That's not how postage works, but you can.
But whoever
you can
has
do
the
whatever
code-
you want with it.
Yeah. Whoever has the code gets what's in there. So I did that once and successfully rickrolled someone via physical media, which is good. Was it you who sent me the U2 CD?
Oh, God, I've sent you so many things. Yes, I did send you the U2 CD back when you were working at that place.
Yeah, I was grumbling about the time that everyone's everyone's iPhone suddenly got U2 on it. 2 days later, I'm in the office, someone comes up and says, "The package for me." Bloody U2 greatest hits CD. This man right here.
What happened to that?
As far as I know, it's still in their offices. It might have been used as it got used as a prop.
Oh.
It got used as a prop in a video.
Right.
It had Windows 9 written. No, it didn't. It had Windows 8 written on it. Back before Windows 10 was back when Windows 10 was just Windows 9, I did a joke that was like, I've got an unboxing of Windows 9. It was just a copy of Windows 8 and a note that said, sorry about Windows 8. I've screwed that joke up.
How do the Welsh make
So-
cheese?
Carefully. Where do we need to roll back to?
Lockers.
Yeah.
You did
You
a
sent me the U2 CD.
Yes.
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 That was this.
Yeah. We'll move on from that.
So, you did the first thing,
Yeah. And then he did the second thing.
and then you're thinking,
Well, Christmas was coming up, and I sent Tom a DM that just said, Amazon Locker Advent Calendar?
Yes.
And then that's
yeah.
the noise that you did.
Well, yes, because as ever, the idea comes out of your head, and I go, "Oh, we could do that," and I get really, really enthusiastic, and the next thing you know, we've registered.
and the next thing you know, they have registered a domain name.
Yes, which I don't think is registered anymore. I think someone else has bought that now.
Ooh.
But I think we let that expire.
Yeah.
It was lovely. I set the thing up. I said there's going to be a prize every day.
That was a really hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Thinking of 24 useless things that are quite cheap.
We got sponsorship.
That's true.
We got sponsorship from
but still,
conference, I
with like a
think.
few hundred quid's budget.
Yeah.
And you had to get them delivered in time.
Oh god, that was the hard bit. Because like, although it's meant to take 2 days, like as we all know, deliveries from Amazon are never perfect.
So is there a time limit that you can leave something in a locker?
4 days.
Yes. At the time, it was 4 days.
And then it gets returned and refunded?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We don't lose out when that happens.
But it was a balancing act of trying to get... of trying to find a spot in the locker, because as we got close to Christmas...
the lockers got full.
The lockers got full.
Because lots of people are buying things at Christmas time for some
Yeah.
weird reason. Oh, Christmas. I can tell you about the factories that make 90% of Christmas decorations later.
Tell us now.
What?
Tell us now. There's a microphone. You went... Well, this is from your trip across the East China Sea, right?
Yeah. We were travelling with the Architecture Association, visiting all of the places where bits of electronics get made in China. Like from the mines, refineries, factories, ports, ships, the whole lot. And we went to a place called Yiwu, which is quite a big city. And it's got a thing called Yiwu Commodities City, which
Right.
is like a shopping mall, but bigger. Like it's full of like tiny market stalls, like 2 to 5 meters by 2 to 5 meters, and each one is the showroom for a different factory somewhere in the surrounding countryside. And each of those factories makes different things, and they're all like not amazing things. They're things that you get in a pound shop.
Okay.
It's a Chinese wholesale market.
Yes, if you run a pound shop, you go to Yiwu, you spend a few days walking around, and you order everything you need for the year. And it turns out this city makes 90% of Christmas decorations. Well, according to the Yiwu City Christmas Decorations Association. So I don't really know how accurate their stats are,
When
or
were
if
you
they might
there?
be biased.
What time of year were you there?
I was there first week of August.
Okay.
Which, like, it was weird because I walked in and the Love Actually soundtrack was playing, and there was like these hundreds of stalls selling Christmas decorations. Like there was like an entire corridor that just sold artificial Christmas trees.
In a minimum quantity of 1,000, presumably.
Yeah, you've got to fill like a shipping container at least.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, and it's bizarre. And it was the quiet season for them because everyone has already done their Christmas shopping between like January and June, and they're at this point manufacturing all the stuff, chucking them in containers, ready to arrive
Is this
for autumn.
always the Christmas section then?
Yeah, it's like a permanent place where you go to buy Christmas decorations year round.
Is that on its own? Is it part of a bigger thing?
So that was like one floor of one of the districts of Yiwu, and there's like 5 districts, and it's like 22 kilometres worth of corridor.
Bloody hell. In one shopping centre. Wholesale shopping centre.
Yeah, I think it's about like 50 to 80,000 retailers in there. Not retailers, wholesalers.
I've been to the sort of an equivalent in Dubai before. I think it's called Dragon Mart or something, where it's several K long corridors of little stalls of Chinese tat. So there's the crappy hi-fi with reversing cameras section, the LED light section, the scooter section.
There's the district that just makes socks. There's the bit that just does umbrellas. There's the bit that makes all the tourist tat. So like you can go to a section to buy all the Paris souvenirs and all the Union Jack souvenirs. And so like you come back to London and you're like, oh, I saw that suitcase, I saw that flag, I saw that postcard. Like you're like, I've been to the place where you got this.
So when we clicked on a thing to send something to an Amazon locker, it was in an Amazon warehouse because 6 months ago someone went over to Yiwu or somewhere like it and bought 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
And, right.
And these days, like, people don't even bother going there. They do it all online on Alibaba. So Yiwu market itself is pretty empty. Like, you could walk for a few hours and not see any other customers. And that's normal because you only need to make like a few sales a week.
There's so much in that sentence. There's so much in that sentence because you could walk for a few hours is a sentence on its own for what is indoors, right?
Yeah.
Indoor shopping mall.
Yeah. So I walked from one side to the other, and that was like maybe 8 hours. Like I got lost a few times because like it's not a straight line. They've kind of turned corners, and it's really
Well, if it's a building you can walk for hours in, then yes, you're gonna get lost.
Yeah.
I get lost at work, and that's not 8 hours big.
Yes, but I've been in that building. It's a labyrinth. There's a minotaur in the middle of it. It's horrible.
Beat me to that joke.
Yeah.
Easy ones.
So like there's an entire industry of people who just sit outside the exits with mopeds who will take you to another end of the building quickly.
Oh.
Wow.
And like the entire city around it is all stuff to support people buying stuff. So like the next layer is like bars where salespeople can take someone they're trying to persuade to buy stuff. And then there's like restaurants, and then there's hotels. It's like the entire city supports that market. It's like the only purpose of the place.
If you want to read more on this, Dan's done some really good blogs, actually. And I'm not just saying because he sat next to me.
Yeah, they're in the description.
Links in the description.
They're in the description.
As always.
Yeah. So Amazon lockers.
Yeah.
So you've got the stuff, you've ordered it to the lockers.
And like this was things like one was a CD. Like Rick Astley was obviously a CD in there somewhere, and you would not know what you were going to get. We just tweeted the code and the locker location, and whoever got there first got the thing. Like
So it was all done through Twitter.
3 or 4 was like a terrifying Christmas Santa mask or something like that.
What was that? That was hideous.
Yeah, but the trouble is that no one really replied to let us know they were going.
Yeah.
We knew people were going, but we didn't know the details.
Well, because they're too busy rushing there.
Yeah. So I was still freelance at that point. So you were working somewhere.
I was living in Bristol at the time.
Oh yeah, you were living in Bristol.
And most of the lockers we used were in London.
So I would travel out to the locker in advance to try and meet and get a photo with whoever got the thing.
Because you've got to have that social
yeah.
proof.
And usually someone got the thing.
And like some of them were like minutes.
Oh, God.
Sometimes people
Yeah.
like worked in the building the locker was in.
Yeah, that was the one by the News International building.
Of course.
I announced it, and then literally 3 minutes later, someone comes barreling out of the building, skids around the corner on one leg like they're a cartoon character, goes up, gets their phone, punches in the number, opens it, yes, I got it. And I go up and I say hi to, and someone else comes around the corner and go, how am I too slow?
Did you have a proper battle for anything?
And then, it never got down to seconds. But as I'm talking to them, shaking hands to them, I see someone walk out, go, oh, and walk back. But the longest one was the one somewhere obscure in Wales.
Oh, there was one that took like almost a day, I think, to get picked up.
It was certainly
Like a few hours
several
at least.
hours, yeah.
Was it somewhere near Cardiff?
I think
it was
so.
in a Welsh valley somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know why they had an Amazon locker.
Because they've got to deal with the co-op.
Okay, yeah.
Because most of the Amazon lockers were and still are probably in London.
Yeah.
So we did like London on weekdays and then other cities on the weekend.
Yes.
So like one
Yes,
weekend
that
we
was
did
it.
Bristol.
Yeah.
No, Christmas Eve we did Bristol.
Oh, yeah.
And I stood there for an hour and a half in the cold. And nobody came. And then I
someone
was
did in the
like,
end, someone did.
I'm going to pop in somewhere warm up my
Yeah.
hands for a bit. I came back 2 minutes later and it'd be taken. Like in that 2 minute gap of all
Yeah.
the time.
And we'll have put up the tweets and photos and things. Have still got archives of most of them. We did give away an iPod at
Yeah,
one point,
yeah.
because we decided to save some of the budget for a big thing.
There's lots of like Lego, like
Yeah.
Christmas hampers.
Yeah, that was nice. Christmas sweets hamper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really nice thing. And then the next year or the year after,
Amazon
did it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm
Well,
not saying they've ripped us off, because like that is
It's
in
quite an obvious
hindsight a
idea.
really like if someone working in Amazon lockers didn't come up with that idea on their own, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah.
Which meant we got a load of messages saying Amazon's ripped you off. I'm like, probably haven't.
And then you've got like, was it parallel invention and simultaneous invention? The thing where
Yeah.
things get invented in lots of places.
and
at
like
the
we
same time.
totally used their trademark. Like I'm fairly sure they've got a trademark.
Well, we
on
use their
locker.
logistics network.
Yeah, like we can't complain about that.
It was, a bit of fun.
It was genuinely a really lovely thing.
Now, if they hadn't done it themselves the next year, would you have done it again?
Hell
God, no. Not only is it really expensive and a complete pain in the arse,
It's quite time consuming.
if I hadn't gone out and found things, we wouldn't have known where half of them went.
Like things
Why
just
is that the answer to if we would do it again for most of the stuff either of us end up
the
doing?
stuff we gave away just went to other people. It's terrible. Why does this keep happening? Hello and welcome to Park Bench. I'm Dan. Damn it.
Show stealer. I'm Matt.
Trying.
I'm not.
You're not going
You're not?
No.
I'm going to put it at the end.